Alright, what's up, y'all? It's LakerFan here. First video back. We got my boy AK over here with the pure shot. Now, what this video is how to beat two bigs. Now, you see, I got a power forward, so me as the biggest player on our team equals the smallest player on their team. Now, they have a pure stretch, pure post. Also, like I said, I'm kind of sick, but I'm recovering off it now. And I've been back into 2K, and also don't get me wrong, these aren't the best players either. But these are just the principles. I'll get you better gameplays as I keep playing this game, but I only play so much 2v2. So, first of all, off rip, this is how pick and roll help these should work as a big. I see AK is stuck. However, I know the person I'm guarding right now can't shoot. So, I have room to sort of gap and like recover for him. So as you're gonna see, you know, if I don't step over here, this is a wide open shot with a pure stretch. So that's basically buckets. That's off pure post pass. That's with dimer. If I don't step over though, I might have a better chance at a rebound. But that's where you see all your trash bigs. You know, they're not worried about playing help D like this. So I get the steal. Now that's tight. So and then I go in, get him jumping, and then go up for the layup. Anyway. The principles of why I feel like this is the best way to beat two centers or two bigs, however you might want to word it, you'll see in a sec here. So me and AK have this thing, right? Now it didn't work on this play, but we got a switch on the matchup here. Now you can't be boneheaded and just think like if pick and roll is your only offense, you gotta expand off that, bro. Because I'll put it like this: you can still run pick and roll, but no picks, just roll. It sounds complicated, but peep this here. Now, if I would have dipped, this is a little bit off on the timing. I apologize for the pause buttons as well. This is a little bit off on the timing. We got to make it so the dude in white steps up as soon as I get to like the middle of both these people here, because as you see, they're gonna switch back, and the plan is for me to slip. But since it took a little bit longer than expected, I run into him. It throws off the pass timing. Had I not run into him, you can see how that's an easy bucket. Now I do end up getting blocked as well, but I get the rebound. That was all luck right there. Also, like I said, you just cannot rely on only screening. Your pure shot or shot maker or play sharp, whatever you want, they can go off the dribble on their own. Now right here, I'm gonna explain why I feel you need to have an organized screen basically. So here, let me break this down. So you see how he's kind of dancing in the middle, right? He needs to either pull up or do something with this, because like, you know, this is all him right now. And they're basically playing two people on me, if that's the case. Anyway, so then nothing really comes out of it because he moves to a certain side, but he does kind of bake up the big man, so that's all good. Like I said, if you can work a big man in like mid-range, you're good. Don't be trying to cook him from the three-point line though. That's a little bit more complicated and harder. Now peep this. This is a pretty lethal little play that I be doing here. So if you can see, I get the ball and then AK comes my way. It looks like I have my dribble picked up, but I don't really. But since it looks like it, you know, their instinct is to be like, oh, he's wrapping around. Dude in the thunder gear is gonna step up on AK with a shot with like a sharpshooter. This is even more deadly, like a pure stretch or a sharp. But again, like I said, this is how to beat two bigs. Now you can interpret that as you having two bigs if you want. It doesn't matter. So like, say this is a pure stretch in AK's situation. That big on the right is gonna step up so much harder because AK with way more range right here, this is gonna open it up for me a lot more too. Because if you have gold limitless instead of silver, and then like way better shooting range, as well as like, you know, the height to make them want to switch anyway, because they're still comfortable with that matchup anyway. Anyway, so like, let me get what I'm trying to get at here. If AK has more range, it makes it so this dude on the right gives, like, I have more space on this drive right here. And the whole point, as I'll show in the next, I think it's literally the next play, and I do the same exact thing. You'll see what happens when you do have more room like that. So peep this. Now, boom, he steps up way harder, and the whole purpose of this is knowing that the dude in the white is not gonna get in my way as long as I time this drive right. Now, again, the whole purpose of this video is how to beat two bigs, and with two bigs, they're gonna switch on almost everything. Since they're lacking speed, to keep up one-on-one, they try to make up for it by giving you this little gap right here. You know, just because generally people aren't smart enough to do this. But they try to make up for their lack of speed by switching everything, and in essence it gives you this gap right here to just drive off of in 2v2. So anyway, there's that. Now we can keep carrying on with this, and I'll just keep showing you. Once I got takeover though, it kind of defeats the purpose of the video. You'll see what I'm talking about. So anyway, let me explain that once real quick too. So this was kind of a busted slip as well. I didn't time the cut in the right spot necessarily. More so just because the big was playing so low, and then he's like, oh shit, I gotta get out of here. He was like, oh, I gotta pick up on the guard, that's my B. And then so anyway, basically knowing that me cutting makes it so I know this pass isn't gonna get intercepted unless the dude in white just predetermined super hard that the big was the OKC guy is gonna step up. You need to have A1 communication on defense as two bigs. I'll say that, because if people know what they're doing properly, it's really not hard to beat this stuff. What makes it hard to beat is on defense. You know, if you get like the pure stretch, and now these dudes gave up at this point. Now all the rest of this video is me just going nuts with the takeover and this dude crying about it. So after this, he doesn't flop anymore though. Don't worry about that. But anyway, what makes playing two bigs so hard is the defense. However, if your offense is unstoppable, then you're good. What can make your offense unstoppable is what you got to do is at least you got to have a repertoire of like offenses with you. Now, if they stop playing sides, your guard just has to be able to do something with the ball. Like, if they stop playing sides, and you can't like 1v1 a stretch big with your pure shot creator, that's just on you, bro. That's tough. Right here, I'm just playing with him, easy bucket. But anyway, yeah, no. So the two offenses that you should definitely have as a go-to against two bigs. Pick and roll is never gonna work. When I say pick and roll, and here the rest of this video I'm just gonna talk. Matter of fact, I can just scroll through some clips for you guys as I talk. But no, you can never do pick and roll against two bigs. And what I mean by that is you can't actually set the pick and then roll off the switch. Pick and roll is solely for hedge defense, as in when you're playing a guard and a big, and the big is just playing back end, and what's the purpose of actually hitting somebody then rolling is so that so let me try to portray this in the right way. The purpose of actually hitting somebody then rolling is only for when the big is playing back and gives you enough space on that roll because he's stepping up to the guard in the mid-range or even maybe three. If it's kind of harder to deal with from three-pointer, just because I don't think he's gonna step out on the guard that much. But if you can set a clean screen, that means your guard's gonna have a wide open three. Just because like they can't make that happen, I guess. I don't know. It's hard for me to explain from just like a verbal standpoint. Anyway, then obviously the second offense you should have, other than just the pick and roll. Actually, I didn't even speak on what offense you should have. What you should have for your two repertoires on offense, one being the slips, like I was kind of talking about. So you got to be able to just dive into the paint without actually setting the pick. If you set the pick, it's gonna just stall things. Trust me, you cannot actually set screens against two bigs. Now, if they stop switching on those picks, stop setting picks and just let your guard ISO. If you're an inside big, just literally go from block to block in the paint, just camp down there and just crash boards. Let your guard just ISO on the middies. And even if he puts up a bad shot, you should still have position and be good to score from there, or you know, get the board. Hey, as you can see, I'm back in the pro-am too. So, and then your second offense. Oh yeah, and I was running Court Conqueror too. Your second offense should literally just be ISO with the guard, and that's more so what I was just talking about. Where if they're not gonna switch on the screens anymore, because you shouldn't be setting picks, remember. And if you not setting a pick equals the big guarding the guard just following him, then just let him ISO. You being there is not really doing anything. So just remember that. I hope you guys do interpret what I'm saying here. I know it's a little more complicated and it's really hard to explain, but I feel like I am doing a decent job interpreting it. See, like, I don't know, it's stuff like that where, like, I don't know, if your guard is doing some crazy stuff like that, it's kind of hard to deal with. Having a disciplined guard who understands just scoring, like, from pick and roll, whether it's like knowing when you need to slip, knowing when you're gonna cut, knowing when he needs to eat, that's what makes pick and roll super easy. So you know what, next video, or not, maybe not next video, I will have a video eventually explaining all the intricacies of pick and roll. If you guys want to sub, if you're new, go for it. This was just a nice little gameplay I wanted to bring to you guys after not playing for a while. And just know, rebirth on the way. I'm on my last bar for the athletic. So anyway, that's all for the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, all that good stuff. Other than that, hope you enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.